Hey Vault Hunters, Onions here. Welcome back to another legendary gear grind gauntlet where we farm a mob in Borderlands 4 for 100 runs, record down all the loot drops, and see if they drop anything good. Today on the menu, we have Radix, the legendary Vault boss. Let's get started and see what loot we can get. Alright, so to begin farming Radix, we want to locate the Arch of Radix Vault entrance, located right here in the grindstone of the Worthy in the Carcadia Burn area of the map. Now the closest fast travel station is the Rustical Earl Order Silo. We're going to want to teleport there and then jump out the window and grab ourselves one of these sky zip lines. If you attach yourself to the first one, it'll actually turn you 180 degrees, which makes this very convenient. And a little pro tip here is, instead of trying to boost yourself by dashing forward or sprinting in the air, simply press forward, as that will not cancel out the boost you get from the zipline. Grab your car, jump over the fence, and then proceed up this arch. The vault will reveal itself. If this is your first time accessing the vault, the key entrance is going to be right here as well. This is the easiest and fastest way that you can access the vault. Once you enter the vault, if this is, like I said, your first time, you're going to have to clear out the enemies on each of these platforms. The mission will complete once all the enemies are dead on each platform, and then the booster pad will unlock. In my case, since I have already done this previously, I can simply skip past all the enemies and I can just use the booster pads to get to Radix faster. Now, as I said earlier, we're going to be farming Radix for 100 runs, totaling up all the loot drops you got, the greens, the blues, the purples, the whites, and of course the legendaries, putting it all into a spreadsheet to track everything down, and then seeing if his loot is actually really good, or if he's worth just skipping because his loot might be trash. So once you get to the last platform, the big encore station will be right here, and we're going to start farming. Now, of course, at this point I have already farmed Radix 100 runs. This is actually going to be my final run. I was on the hunt for a shielded Teen Witch with Grave Thirst plus 3 points. However, I wasn't lucky enough to have him roll that, even though I got 4 Teen Witches. I did get a good Teen Witch class mod that rolls with 45% shotgun damage. And of course, along the way, I have collected all the other class mods for all the other classes. Those class mods are the Forge Master for the Forge Knight, the Grenazerker for the Exo Soldier, the Teen Witch, of course, is the one I was on the hunt for, the Siren class, and the Scientist for the Gravitar class. These are all the dedicated class mod drops that Radix has. Of course, everybody's looking for the Teen Witch. So let's continue and see all the other items that dropped along the 100 farming runs. So here it is. 100 farming runs of Radix with a total of 44 legendary drops. Let's go through all of them one by one and see if any of them are actually great. We'll start with the class mods. We get the Scientist class mod for the Gravitar class. These all come with a base trait of 35% splash damage and then a random trait tacked on top. I think maybe this one right here that says 45% shotgun damage is probably the best roll, since the meta in the game is shotguns. Then for the Forge Knight, we get the Forge Master drops. I only got 2 of them, and they both come with a base trait of 60% Forge skill damage with a random trait rolled as an extra. In this case, I got this 40% kinetic damage, which is probably the best universal drop that you can get for this class mod. If you're interested in any of these, I will leave my Steam link in the description. You can add me as a friend and I can drop this for you in the game. Just let me know in the comment section below which one you want to be dropped for you. And then the other class is the Grenazerker, and this one's related to Exo Soldier. We get 30% gun damage as a base trait on all of these class mods with a random one tacked on top. There's one with movement speed, which maxes out at 20%, and some of these damage traits max out at 45%. And then, of course, for the Vex class, you get the Teen Witch. In my case, I got the best one up front, the one that comes with 45% shotgun damage. Probably 40% kinetic damage would have been a better roll as a general class mod, but for my purposes, every gun I use is a shotgun, so the Teen Witch is the ultimate drop here with the 45% shotgun damage, and the 10% lifesteal as a base is the standard for all Teen Witches, which I got 4 of. Okay, now besides the class mod, there is a gun that Radix drops. It's the Anarchy shotgun. You can get up to 300% damage increase and 300% accuracy decrease based on how many stacks you pick up. It sounds like a good gun, and also sounds like an awful gun if the pellets are going absolutely in all direction with that minus 300% accuracy. And lastly, you get the adrenaline pump rep kit. Of all of these rep kits, the best one rather, is the standard adrenaline pump that rolls with speed. It says on use grants increase the movement speed by 40% for 8 seconds. You can probably get the cooldown rate down to basically nothing and keep reusing this rep kit over and over and over again for maximum speed for traversing the map. But honestly, all of these drops are fairly awful in terms of the gun and the rep kit. I think you're better off just farming specifically for the class mods, especially for Vex with the amped damage build. Okay, and of course, lastly, let's talk about the world drops that are actually dedicated to other mob drops, but I got from Radix directly. First, we have the XXXL sniper rifle from Vladov. It's basically a machine gun that's pretending to be a sniper rifle. We got the Rainbow Vomit, the Hellwalker, which is a dedicated drop from a drill site. We got the What's for Dinner, which is a dedicated vault boss drop from Origo. We got the Protean Cell Shield and a Pacemaker rep kit with the Star Helix Assault Rifle drop. So, 100 runs, 44 total legendaries, over 1,000 random drops from Radix. I think he is worth farming just for the fun of it. And as always, I hope you enjoyed, and happy hunting, Vault Hunters.